Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker. Well, I'm grateful for the opportunity to speak in this debate and thank the Honourable Member for Horsham for calling this debate and for his very comprehensive introduction. I'd particularly like to talk about this in the context of a rural constituency such as mine, as many other Honourable Members have this afternoon. And firstly, farmland is not just another piece of land. It's an irreplaceable national asset, and the ability to produce food domestically is a fundamental pillar in our sovereignty and in our national economic strength. And in recent years, we have witnessed prime agricultural land being converted into sprawling arrays of energy installations, solar farms, and now we've got the increasing prevalence of battery energy storage systems appearing in glorious countryside across the country. And I know that my right honourable friend, the member for Aldridge Brown Hills, who isn't here in this debate today, she's raised this very real point quite comprehensively in the past, as well as safety concerns that there are around battery energy storage systems and the displacement of good agricultural land for energy production. I think, Madam Deputy Speaker, we are at real risk of displacing this land and energy production facilities in effect becoming a new cash crop. These are incredibly lucrative for farmers who feel very stretched. It's very difficult for them to make a living in this challenging economic climate. And I'm pleased that I'll be supporting the amendment that the Honourable Member for Aldridge Brown Hills is putting forward as part of the Planning and Infrastructure Bill to protect agricultural land in the long term. But there's another point I'd like to highlight beyond those that have been picked up by so many members today, which is around the exposure of our energy supply chains to foreign countries, those that may not share our values, and the long-term sort of exposure and, well, depletion of our energy resilience if those supply chains manage to embed their infrastructure within our national energy infrastructure here in the UK. And at Weather Oak in my constituency, we've been battling against an energy storage application bang in the heart of North Worcestershire's Greenbelt. This is glorious countryside that will be fundamentally changed forever should this application go ahead. And I'm grateful to Tony Williams, who's the chairman of the local Weather Oak Residents Association, for having written to me on numerous occasions. I've engaged with many local residents who share concerns that have been raised, namely those around the proximity of such sites to villages, the danger that is faced should there be an accident or an incident whereby one of these catches fire, and the inability of sparsely dispersed rural fire services to get there in the event of such an incident. And then we've got the impact on roads that have been picked up by my honourable friend, the member for Mid Buckinghamshire. We are seeing a situation, Madam Deputy Speaker, where rural communities across the country are facing a fundamental change in their identity at the expense of industrial applications that are being often being granted at ease, with little regard to the identity and character of those villages. And I know this is a concern that so many of my constituents share. And if I've got three asks of the government, they would be that they pause the granting of applications for battery energy storage system applications in the first instance, whilst they consider a minimum radius of proximity within which these can be granted relative to existing settlements. And I would actively encourage the government to ensure that fire services across the country are statutory consultees in every case where there is an application for an battery energy storage system of any size.
Yeah.